Yay! We are back. Oh my gosh, I am not sure what happened. Um, I do know what happened. I'm just double checking messages really quick to make sure no one is trying to get in here. No one's trying to get in here. Okay, so we're gonna get started, and you're gonna catch the replay of this because there were some technical difficulties. Um, So I'm using OBS and I was using the full screen mode and the macOS beta version of screen capture, and it just did not want to switch charts. So my foundation chart was just sitting on screen for a bit, and there was no way to get around to the calendar. So now, hopefully, we should see the calendar. Nawit Metzalmazat. My name is Mundir. My government name is Ezra. I am a descendant of the Quinault and Chichimeca lineages of indigenous people of Turtle Island, aka I'm Native American. Um, I'm an astrologer. I have been studying astrology for a bit. Professionally, I've been studying astrology for about 2 years now. I've been reading human design charts for 2 years, and I'm currently enrolled in a Hellenistic astrology course through Nightlight Astrology with Adam Ellenbass. Um, yeah, that's my astrology stuff. Shout out to Noelle G, the astrologer. She's a sidereal astrologer, and I learned a lot from her just from talking and conversing with her in her group spaces. And yeah, so that's my astrology background. Let's get into this calendar. So it's working. I'm so glad it's working. Oh my gosh, and it's live. Okay, I don't know why there was an issue earlier, but now everything is working. So here is the Lunation Calendar. This one is mine. I put it to Pacific Standard Time because that's where I'm located, is Pacific Time. And basically, I'm going to go through this as if it's the first time that we're looking at this together. So when we look at this calendar, you're going to find this first column, which will have December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. It looks a little confusing with these repeating numbers, but the reason why this is happening is because the moon moves quickly. So we're getting a few transits a day. We're getting a few different things going on in one day because it's moving so quickly. So yeah, and it'll tell you right here what time that it's happening. This is using military time, so if you see like 1350, it's 1 hour after noon, which is why it's 13. So this is 150. This would be 5 minutes after midnight. So this is 8:52 p.m. So we're using military time. Um, Not sure why there is a day and a date on here. Whatever, it works. Center is going to show us what energy center in your chart this transit will affect. So let me see if I can open a new. Yay! Oh, I love having full functioning software. Okay, so I'm using Genetic Matrix. It's a little bit different because it's more human design focused. So I can't pull up a real time clock of astrology transits that are happening right now. I would hope that they offer that in the future. We just got a UI update, so things are a little bit different. If you haven't gotten your calendar yet, I have sent out an email to Genetic Matrix just because, as you can tell from here, there is no way to export this calendar. So I sent them a message and asked, hey, how am I going to ship calendars to my clients? And they said they would respond within 48 hours. So back to the calendar, we're looking at the centers column. So when we look at our foundation charts, this body graph right here is capturing the energy centers and the I Ching hexagrams and where the planets are hitting and defining energy in these centers. So right here we have the crown chakra, we have the third eye chakra, the throat chakra, the G center or the liver, the ego center or the heart chakra. We have the sacral chakra right here, the solar plexus over here, the spleen right here, which is the oldest chakra that we have, and the root chakra. So when we're looking at this calendar, it's going to tell you where in the body this energy is going to be defining or providing temporary energy to. Next is the gates or the hexagrams. So if we go over here, you'll see these numbers. These are basically the hexagrams, and then these translate over into the bodygraph. So my personality sun sign is in gate 43, line 3. If I go over here, gate 43 is right here in the third eye. So my sun placement is providing consistent energy to my third eye. And then, let's see, back to the calendar. I don't know why I was looking for 43 again. So next is the harmony. So if we go over here, that example was 3635. So 36 was the gate and the harmony was 35. So that means that it makes a channel, which is connecting two centers together and creating a circuit of energy. Next is, let's see, so ACT is very interesting. I have not personally figured out how the software is pulling the exaltations and detriments, just because I looked at a chart based on the same concept in astrology and it didn't really match up. So if you see this, basically P is for personality, so that means that there's some sort of auspicious placement in the personality chart, which is this side of the chart, so the conscious side. Basically, this is our natal chart in astrology, and then the design side is basically a chart casted for our brain, our subconscious, our body as a whole, because this was cast when we were developing in the fetus. So this is cast the moment that we're born, so we gain consciousness in this world. Very interesting way to look at astrology. So if you see P, it's personality, D is design, J is juxtaposition, meaning that there is something happening in both the personality and design chart that's interacting together and creating auspiciousness. Next is channel, so 3635. This right here is the channel of transitoriness, which you'll see right here. The aura type, so this channel type is a manifesting aura, because it's connecting the throat to the solar plexus. Anything around the throat is going to be manifesting. Next is circuitry. Ow, sorry. I had surgery, and I can only sit in certain positions for a little bit of time. So here's circuitry. I will have to do a completely different video on circuitry. And then, yeah, so personally, I do not go into circuitry, which some human design analysts are going to be like, what? You don't talk about circuitry? No, I don't. I came into human design as an astrologer, so I mainly look at those parts of the chart, and I'm still learning. So we'll skip circuitry for now. I have been promising some content around circuitry for a month, so eventually I'll get around to it once I figure out how to share the information without violating any copyright law or anything like that because of the International Human Design School. So I can't share it in a way that is like teaching because I'm not certified to teach. I'm not given permission by IHDS to teach. I am an independent human design reader. Next is the gate name. So the name of this 36 here is the darkening of the light. So this is referencing the I Ching. Yeah, so that's the basics of this calendar. And then next we get into these highlighted places. So anything in green is a transit that you are receiving by the moon. So on December 3rd, I will have some energy in my heart center that is creating juxtaposition in both charts, both my personality and design. And this is also creating a channel of initiation. It's a projector channel, and the gate is the arousing. So if I were to go over to my chart, I'm going to look up 51. So 51 in the body is right here in the heart. It said it was in the heart. I don't know why I was looking around. And it's creating this channel of energy temporarily between the heart and the G center or the self-identity center. So this is creating a connection between my higher self and my ego center, which is where willpower is created. So on this day, on the 3rd, I'm going to feel energy bridging these two centers together. It's going to give me willpower to do something. And then it's going to go over here and create a sense of awareness in my personal environment of feeling that I need to create or develop an idea, stuff like that. This is just looking at this from a human design perspective. Personally, I go into my astrology, of course. So on the 3rd, I'll be in gate 51. So the moon itself will be in gate 51. I tried pulling up a transit chart, but something's up with this software, so I couldn't pull a transit chart for some reason. So yeah, we're looking at a snapshot of my natal chart, but I just wanted to use this to demonstrate how this is showing up in astrology. So we go to gate 51. I'm looking for 51 up here. Let's see, where are you? Oh no, you're here somewhere. Right here, 51 in Aries. So basically, gate 51 is sitting here. Let's see, I don't have anything there. Basically, on the 3rd of December, the moon will be sitting right here. And the line quality is, oh, it doesn't say. Interesting. I never knew it didn't tell me the line. So yeah, so the moon will be sitting right in here. I'm gonna zoom in really quick. That's as far as I can go. Okay, so this is hexagram 51 from here to here. And there are 6 lines in between. So basically one line is about 2 degrees. So this is going to be, let me look this up, because I want to give you accurate information. So the Book of Lines is a really good source of information if you're getting into human design. Gate 51 is between 15 degrees of Aries to 20 degrees of Aries. So this is 15 degrees right here, and then this is 20 degrees of Aries. So we're getting a small section of energy that's going to be showing up in the body. I'm going to read from this book about Gate 51. So obviously with the calendar, you're not going to have the hexagram information given to you, but you can look up human design .tools or -tools, and you can look up hexagram information on there. I personally don't have a database of hexagram information yet. It is something that I do want to provide in the future, but for now, you will have to do a little bit of research on your own to understand the hexagrams of the I Ching. So Gate 51 is arousing, shock, gall, super cool because I'll tell you more in a little bit. So individual initiative acts in relation to disruption, rearrangement, and drastic changes. Thunder is the shock wave that rattles the heavens and shakes us awake. It wakens us to appreciate there are sometimes forgotten forces at play and alternative possibilities in life that can be tried. A bolt out of the blue makes it possible in any moment to transcend ego separation and jump into a personally truthful reality. At a low vibration, this will feel cowardly or agitated with an overhead feeling of agitation. At a high vibration, this will create initiative that leads to awakening. Super beautiful way of saying, honey, you need a makeover. So Gate of Shock is total like makeover energy, or talent scout energy even. So when this transit hits, I would assume that this would give me the ability to create that connection with someone. I'll come across someone in my environment and be like, hey, I can help you. Something like that. But it could also be creating drastic change. That doesn't necessarily come in a pretty package. So that could also be creating disruption. Say someone has a death in the family, and then they want to, interact with me regarding the death. That is also considered shock. And not saying that someone has to die, but that is a drastic change in life for us. Sorry. We're frozen again. Oh my god. Why is my... I'm so sorry. Oh no, we're frozen on my foundation chart. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna close that. Well, perhaps this is why this feature is in beta. Because it doesn't necessarily work all the time. Dang it! How did that happen? Let me try to fix this without closing OBS. Let's remove. Display capture. So we do window capture. Sorry for the craziness. Yay! Okay. Oh, thank the gods. Okay, so I was able to fix it. Woo! Lucky me. Good to know that I can do that without ending this stream because I ended this stream last time. Anyways, um, so yeah, that's basically how this calendar works. If you see a green line, you're receiving energy in a center that's temporary. So this will let me know that from on the 3rd at midnight, 5 minutes after midnight, I'll have that temporary energy in my heart, and it'll last until the next moon transit. So for most of the morning until 10:26, then that moon will move into the next gate, which is 42. So if we go back over here, you'll see 42 right here, and then 3, 27, 24. So basically the moon is going to be moving through these and then switching to the next, and then the next, and then the next. I'm so glad I was able to show you that because I know that looking at this, you don't really see how the moon is moving through the gates. But using this, I can at least demonstrate it a little bit. So, yeah, so that's the green lines. Yellow is just what's being activated by the moon. Orange is what you already have. So right here, I already have this in my chart. So it doesn't really affect much. The white lines is just creating a hanging gate. So when we have a hanging gate, it's basically half the energy um, of the channel. So this is really important if you are in a relationship with someone, or if you work in an office with other people. Your aura is going to interact with those other auras. So say if right here I have this 25 as a hanging gate because 51 is not defined in my foundation, and there's no energy here right now. But if I were to interact with someone that has this, so I have a friend that has this, uh, then I would get temporary definition here, being in their aura, being in their auric field. Um, so we would create that feeling of shock together, which is really cool. Uh, if we think of it like partnering up with other people, other auras, it gets really interesting. So back to this, the white lines are just hanging gates. So yes, they are showing up here, but there's not much going on there unless it's interacting with something else. The other thing that I want to share with you is that this is only the moon. So if I were to want to look at um, everything that's going on, then I do day view, not day view, I don't call them day view, but I do transit and calendar readings. So we could do a 7-day, and again, this is a service that is in my shop. So the moon calendar is free for my NFT holders. I'm just sharing that there's more than just the moon in this chart. So the moon is right here, and you can see the different transits. Down here it shows us the time that it's changing a gate. But then there's all these other planets too. So there's more than just the moon. But for starting out, it's easier to follow the transits of the moon because it's the closest celestial body to us, and it moves the fastest. So, yeah, this is a starting point of your astrology journey. um, yeah, that's basically it. Like, I don't have much else to go over as far as this calendar. Um, yeah, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being an NFT holder. Thank you for wanting to learn astrology and wanting to talk astrology with me. Um, Next time, I will go over this calendar again. We'll do another YouTube live, and if people want to jump on, they'll jump on. If not, I'll talk to myself because I've gotten pretty good at that doing live streams over the last few years. So, thank you so much. I love you all. And you can always DM me or however you communicate with me that is comfortable for you. Feel free to reach out if you have questions. I I may do these again because I feel like it's easier to talk about transits and all the other things with visuals. So when we can see these things together, it will help you understand, or it'll make me feel more confident that you understand what's going on. So I appreciate you all.